Chosen Vessels, what's the deal? It's your main man, Druuill, and I'm back at you again with another video. I need each and every vessel to hit that like button, hit that share button, and don't forget to subscribe. Shout out to the GCVs, the Galactic Family, and Drew Nation. Let's get right into it. They tried to trap you and keep you stuck with their cruel, evil ways. But shame on them, because they could never defeat you. The reason why people have to keep coming up against you so strongly the way they do is because they can't defeat you. They thought you might be someone that they could take over, someone that they could control, someone that they could manipulate. But the reason why it seems like they won't leave you alone and why they keep coming after you is because whether you know it or not, you're undefeated. This person cannot defeat you no matter how hard they try. They tried everything in their little textbook of tricks to try to defeat you, try to destroy you, try to stop you, try to make you quit. But you just keep coming back. And not only that, not only do you keep coming back, of course you keep coming back because you're built like that. But you come back stronger each and every time. You come back stronger than the last time and the time before that. And it blows their mind the level of strength and endurance you have mentally. They haven't met anyone like you at all. And that's why it's such a challenge for them. They love a challenge. But this is the challenge that is going to challenge them the most. Because they really just don't know what type of power is backing you. And not only that, they don't know what type of power is within you. The energy that's in you overpowers them by far. They don't have what it takes to do what they thought they were going to be able to do. They came into your life and they saw the type of person that you were. And they thought you would be an easy target. But they really don't know how to size people up correctly. Their judgment is a little skewed. Your judgment is askew. All right, shout out to you. Shout out to you if you know where that's from. It's from Drake and Josh when Helen would always favor Drake, and she kind of take a dump on Josh. She would like, Drake, yours is good. Josh, yours is askew. Their judgment of you is askew, and their judgment of you is way off. They looked at you one way, and that's the only way they saw you. They looked at you for your good qualities and thought they could just run all over you. But they didn't know what type of mind you had. There are some people who, unfortunately, think those who are good to others aren't strong like that. But boy, were they mistaken. They were wrong when it came to you. And that's why it seems like this person will not leave you alone. It's to the point where you feel like, as we all do at times, we want to take them out of here. But we know that's not the right way to go about handling things, especially when we consider ourselves as great. We consider ourselves as better and not bitter. And we consider ourselves as being on a higher level than those who have problems and issues with us. If people have a problem or an issue with you, that's their fault. But they should learn to keep that to themselves and to deal with that from an internal standpoint. They need to deal with that from in here, internally. Because dealing with that with you externally, whether they know it or not, whether they're aware of it or not, for them is going to be a huge mistake. It's like that movie where the guy was sitting in the police station. He was being interrogated by the police officer, and he was like, "You know, you effed up, right? When it comes to you, whether they know it or not, they effed up. They're trying to trap you with the little bit that they know. They're trying to get you caught up in their game, and they're trying to take you out any way they can. They have their little ways about them, but most importantly, you have your ways about you. And just because you're choosing to take the high road and be a better person and not allow them to make you a bitter person, they thought, that's the problem. They thought, they didn't think. They thought that it would be easy to wipe you out flat, to get you out of here, to get you out of here, to get you to go someplace else, to get you to give up and give in to their games. They were wrong. They were wrong about you. So wrong. So wrong that now they're starting to realize just how bad they messed up and just how much they should have just left you alone. They should have just left all well alone. When things were well and things were going good and there were no issues between you two, they should have just left it right there. Because now, because they couldn't accomplish their goal with trying to do what they had planned to you, now this person is starting to second guess their whole entire outlook on life and how they view things. They don't know who they are anymore. They don't know what they're about anymore. You're starting to make them see themselves for who they really truly are. A person that's scared, a person that's weak-minded, and an individual with a broken, dark, twisted soul. They now are aware of the part of them that they've been hiding and keeping away from themselves for so long. They have been denying their true self. And you are making them realize that they got some work to do. You're making them realize how insecure they really are. You're making them realize just how much they hate themselves. People who love themselves don't act like this. People who have love for others don't take out how they feel on other people. Not to say we all don't deal with internal conflict and negative self-talk and self-hatred. But when you take it out on other people in a relentless manner, you've gone too far. Once people give you a chance and let things go, and they don't retaliate to you because they know where you're at mentally, they know where you're at spiritually, and they're just letting you be. That right there is why they should have just left well enough alone. But it's something in them that wants to keep trying you and keep coming after you. So what you have to do, what you had to do, is You had to spiritually whoop them. You had to let them know just who they were dealing with. You had to stand up to them in your own way, in a way that worked best for you. And it blew their mind because they're not used to anybody dealing with them in that way. You stood up to them in a way to make them feel like they didn't even exist. I said you stood up to them in a way that made them feel like they didn't even exist. And that's what's got them questioning themselves. You didn't have to get out of character. You didn't have to change who you were for the likes of them. You were able to stay your calm, poised, peaceful self. Because they thought they were going to get you. They thought they were going to be able to make you mad, make you angry, trick you out of the person that you are, get you off your quote unquote your high horse, as what they would say. And these are the kinds of people who have the nerve to see you as egotistical. They have the nerve to see you as the one with the problem. All because you won't acknowledge them and the type of person that they are. But who in their right mind would acknowledge a fool when you recognize them and you see them for who they truly are? A fool. They need to go take that weak, sorry game that they think is game. They need to go take that somewhere else, because it's not going to fly by you anymore. It's not going to take you there anymore. It's not going to aggravate you or frustrate you or even cause you to have hatred towards them anymore. You're way past that. You've grown past that, elevated past that, grew past that. You don't even, you actually do your best to not even think on that level of life anymore. You just live and let live, because you realize that people who have problems and try to take them out on other people are dealing with something way worse than what they're trying to cause for you. And you could just leave them where they're at. That person is suffering, and they have to suffer by themselves. They're looking for a suffer buddy, and you're not going to suffer with them because you realize that you don't have to. All you have to do is leave that person to their own misery. And you're doing a great job at it. They tried to trap you in that and keep you stuck in that, not realizing that this isn't the first person that you've dealt with like that before. And you may have wondered why you kept having to deal with people like this. You may have wondered why people kept coming into your life like this. It's all a test. God wanted to strengthen you and make you more durable, all right, make you able to handle these people in a way that is beneficial toward you, because they're not going anywhere. And you're the type of person that wants to be successful. You're the type of person that wants the best out of life. You see yourself enjoying the best out of life, all right? Who has time for that? So you have to handle things in a professional manner, all right? You got to handle things professionally. You're headed to the top. You're rising to the top. You realize that there are certain spirits trying to hold you back, and you're not going to let that happen. So you do things in a way to where you exert the least amount of energy. And that's what matters most. Being able to handle somebody who thinks they're big and bad or a certain type of way, or this fake tough person that they think they are, and you don't even exert any energy dealing with this person. You know how small that makes them feel? They're used to people reacting to them. They're used to people getting upset and irritated by their behavior. They're used to getting their way because this is the only way that they know how to feel good about themselves. They don't have any positive things to say about themselves because they don't feel positively about themselves. And that self-hatred is eating them alive. So what they do is they like to find people to feed on. They like to find people to try to irritate. So that way they could take their mind off of their own misery for however long they need to. And on top of that, if they can get you to react, that's going to cause them to be on cloud nine, because now they feel like they have a victim. Now they feel like they have someone that they could push around and bully around. But when you choose not to even pay attention to what they're doing, as long as it's not physical, they're going to have no choice to go somewhere else. You leave them with no choice but to go somewhere else. They realize that they're not going to be able to pull this off on you, and they're going to have to find somebody else. They now realize that, oh, I had the wrong idea about her. I had the wrong idea about him. And they start to question their own reality instead of making you have to question yours. Now they're the one that's questioning their reality. They're the one that has to second guess themselves. Because when it came to you, it was like running into a brick wall at 90 miles per hour. Yep. They got to take that mess back to Chislehurst. They got to take that mess back up the street to where they came from, to wherever they got it from, with their unprofessional, unhealed self. These kinds of people, this is a learned behavior. This is a extremely hurt, extremely damaged, broken individual. And because they've been treated this way and they didn't take the time to better themselves, they didn't take the time to heal themselves, they didn't take the time to make themselves into a better person. So now, when you don't become better, we all know that you become bitter. And because they became bitter, they now want to take out how they feel on other people, thinking that because this happened to them, this is the way to go. It's not the way to go. You don't take out how you feel on other people because of what you went through. That's a sign that you have to work on yourself. But the fact that that's not what they chose to do, and they chose to take it out on you, and you chose to stand up for yourself and defend yourself without even having to do anything. Without even having to do anything. Because I'm sure they're aware that they shouldn't take it any further than this. And that's why these people are just playing around. And that's why you don't have to take it serious. This is why you laugh at these people when you're around them if you want to, or when they're not around. If you need a good joke, if you're feeling a little off and you want a good laugh, this is the type of person that you laugh at. This is the type of person that you use for entertainment. Because unfortunately, this is the type of person that hasn't learned. And they think they could just go around and treat other people the same way. But when you stand up for yourself and you show them that they're not going to be able to do you like they've done other people, or like they think they're going to do you, you leave them no choice but to pack up their bags and take that stuff somewhere else. When people try to do things and they don't work, they get bored and they realize that this isn't working. I'm not getting what I want from this person. This person isn't giving me what I thought I was going to get. So what happens when people don't get what they think they're going to get from someone? What do? The only thing there is left to do, go off to the next person and try to bother somebody else with that clownish behavior that they got. You didn't let them trap you in that. You may have dealt with something like this in the past to where it made you feel some type of way, but you had to go through that to be able to have power in your life and exert power over these kinds of people as professionally as you can. All right? Because you want to stay professional, you want to keep it professional. No need to get yourself all wrapped up into somebody else's mess, because these people have a lot of drama going on in their life. If you were to see them in their outside life, they're probably abusing their family, or probably getting abused by someone, or they're probably treating their family bad, treating their kids bad. They're probably in a bad living situation, a bad home situation. Probably have some type of drama going on every day in their life where they live at, or who they're in a relationship with, or whoever they're involved with. And they want to try to bring that drama and that misery to other people who are chill, relaxed, all right? Who aren't just getting up and pounding the brakes off of them. Because you know better. Why put yourself in harm's way? All right. Why get yourself possibly in danger? All right. In a negative situation, possibly even worse situation, over someone who's not dealing with their own issues. That's somebody who has a problem, obviously. And you're wise enough to not make their problem yours. You're wise enough to not make their problem yours. Why do that when you don't have to? Not to say you're problem free, but I mean, when you choose not to have problems, you'll be more free of problems than you would than if you choose to have them. So why not just let these people go off and be miserable on their own? You leave them alone, they'll leave you alone. And that's how this works. That's why the silent treatment for them works. That's why ignoring them and acting like they're not doing anything, that's why that works. Paying attention to what you're doing, staying focused on you, your day, and things that make you feel good, that's what that does. They're trying to play with you, but when you don't acknowledge them, you're playing them and you're beating them at their own game. These people have a weird way of trying to get attention and trying to get other people to notice them. They got a real weird way of doing that. And they think you're supposed to stop and drop everything you're doing and either talk to them or pay attention to them. And because you don't, they feel that you're not giving them the respect that they deserve from you. And that ties into them looking at you a certain way. Oh, I'm definitely going to get respect from this person. No, you're not. Not the type of respect you think. Only type of respect you're going to get is no respect. Because to get respect, you have to give respect. And if you don't give anything as far as respect goes, you're not going to get anything, especially from people like us. You don't have to give people respect who don't give it. You got to muster up some courage within you to where you don't even have to say anything to this person. You don't have to deal with this person in any kind of way. And you could walk around them and be in the same vicinity as them and act like they're not even there. You could keep your peace in the presence of a punk. You could keep your peace in the presence of a punk. And that's what being poised is about. Poised means being calm, being relaxed, staying in your own frame of mind, not letting people get you out of character, not letting things move you. You can even say to yourself around these people, in the presence of these people, I am poised. I see myself as a poised person. I see myself as a poised individual. These are things that will help you stay peaceful and calm. So that way you don't have to slam somebody upside the head like Donkey Kong. You don't have to go ape shish on somebody. Because there are people who don't even care about what happens to them as long as they can bring some problems into somebody else's life. They have that much hate for some people that they don't care what happens to them. They could get taken away on a stretcher. They could end up in the hospital. They could end up getting into a terrible accident. But as long as they can get you out of your position, as long as they can cause some negativity into your life, they win. And that's really how they look at it. I got so and so to react. When you react, you lost. Game over. So instead of focusing on someone that's going to bring the worst out of you, you need to focus on some things that are going to bring the best out of you. What is going to bring the best out of you? Probably the opposite of what's going to bring the worst out of you. So focus on the things that'll bring the best out of you. All right? Even if you have to take it back to how you felt before you even got around them. You use your mind to keep yourself in a positive position, a positive mindset. You have to use your mind, because if you don't use your mind, you won't be controlling your mind. Using your mind is controlling your mind. Focusing up, choosing what to pay attention to, choosing what to ignore, choosing not what to get trapped into or stuck into. They want to keep you stuck and controlled by the things that they do. You want to elevate, you want to move forward. You've moved past that. So don't let people trap you up anymore. Don't let people shoot your blood pressure up anymore. Don't let people defeat you anymore. Especially when you really know deep down inside that they never could. You know they're not strong enough. It's just you let them get on your nerves. So now don't let them get on your nerves. I'm not going to allow you to get on my nerves anymore. I am unmoved by the things you do. I am not moved by things. I am unmoved by things. Things don't move me. I move things. And once you say those things enough, once you develop that mindset enough, these people won't be a problem or issue for you anymore. You're going to be the problem. You're going to be the issue, because you're not going to be moved by them. You're going to be unmoved by them. You're not going to allow them to move you. you're going to move them with this. I'd like to thank you for watching this video. Smash that like button. Smash that share button. All right, we get mentally tough and mentally strong out here in these streets. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace, love, and light. We out.